107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
Go through your CD collection, and for those of you who are old school, go through the album collection. Pull out a few albums tonight. Chances are you will definitely see this brother's name on a plethora of albums to his credit, and I'm sure the number that was given to me is still way under the number that really is actuality. But to his credit, he has at least 2,000 credits in terms of him playing the bass on various albums. Then we're talking about various albums. We're talking about, again, a plethora of wonderful artists. You could just close your eyes and pick from the array, whether it's Quincy Jones or Phil Collins. And he's doing that right now. Look, he's one of the members of Foreplay. Our beloved brother has come in to finally sit down with me, and I'm honored that he is making some time in his schedule to say hello to us. So, Nathan East.
Lenny, thank you so much for that introduction. It's so great to be here in this legendary studio where Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, man.
I mean, come on.
Isaac Hayes, where I became bald.
Exactly.
I don't know when you became bald, but when I became bald, Isaac Hayes.
So he actually
did it.
He actually cut
my. I saw him.
Amazing.
Crazy. And then unveiled me in
You
Madison
let
Square
him
Garden.
cut it.
Isn't it? I'm crazy now, right? You know, I said to myself, man, at that time, who better than Isaac Hayes?
No, if you're gonna go, you know, who better? And bless him, you know. I feel his spirit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I feel his spirit.
You know what, Nathan? I thought it would be a great idea tonight to go down a different path than normal with you, because you have worked with, whether it's been performing, whether it's been writing, whether it's been producing or playing, worked with everyone who is anybody, right? You have a lot of stories. You got stories on top of stories, on top of stories and stories.
I got new stories, old stories.
I know, you do. You really do, man. I want us, now, I know when you first, just kind of give everybody a little background of how the early beginnings of Nathan East kind of came into existence. Daddy, mommy, I know you have, what, eight siblings?
Yeah, there's a big household.
Yeah, man.
And
5 boys, 3 girls?
5 boys, yeah. And we, there was always music around, you know. You'd always hear music blasting somewhere coming from the inside or outside the house. And you know, at age 11, I started playing cello. But then when I discovered the bass at age 14, and then that was all over. You know?
Look at this. Look at this. You know what? They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
You know, and we had a great family. Mom and dad, you know, very supportive. They had to come to some clubs and hear us and smell all kinds of
I know that's right.
different scents coming
but
from.
They didn't mind because that's love.
They didn't mind that because they love and supported us, and I'll be forever grateful. And when our band we had locally called Power, we backed up Barry White and you know, the whole Stax Review. They came and they used us as a house band. Barry hired all of us on the spot to tour with him.
At what age was that?
And I was 16. And you know, next thing I'm at the Apollo Theater with in Madison Square Garden playing with Barry White. I thought I was going to lose my mind. You know.
Well, look, you know, 16 is the magic number in the East household because your son is 16 years old.
My son,
and your son is actually playing on your new album.
And he's playing on you already know. Come on now.
Hey, man, that's wonderful.
And no, it's a blessing too to make music with my son Noah. He came in and he got it done too. You know, like one take.
Like I said, the apple in the tree, ladies and gentlemen. Look, do you ever slow down?
It's, you know what? No. In a word,
That's
no.
Nice. Okay.
Last night we played in D.C. where Smokey Robinson got the Gershwin Prize, Library of Congress for song. And, you know, I think it was such a great show. And then afterwards, everybody met in the bar. And I think by the time I got to bed, it was about 2:30, 3 a.m. And I had a 5:45 lobby call this morning to get No, you go. You just keep going. Because I'm always so excited, too, about just even to this day about all the activities that I'm involved with and the gigs I get to do and the people I get to play with.
It keeps you young, man.
Oh, no, it absolutely does.
Because you look like you're 26.
Oh, bless you. You see, where's my credit card?
Let's get the credit card. No, man, you look great, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Great. I mean, and I know life is well for you. I mean, you're happy. You got a brand new album coming out.
Brand new album coming out.
You took a year off.
Well, actually, we did.
Came out in 14, right?
It came out in 14, but in between that time, I did an album with Bob James called The New Cool. So just bass and piano.
That's right.
So we put that one out, and it's a little bit different from our normal things that we do with foreplay and what have you. But it's more, it's really straight ahead jazz.
Now, ladies, don't lose control when you see the brother on the album cover because you got shirt off. Now, is this a martial arts stand or is this your praying?
This is a prayer position. But the thing is, they said I was flying to Nashville. They said, well, okay, we're doing your photo shoot tomorrow. Okay. So my daughter and I, we went to the mall. I came in the studio with 3 bags of clothes.
Uh-huh.
And they said, okay, we're gonna do a shirtless.
You're like, what?
I said, no, but I got all these suits and ties, and so that ended up being the cover.
Well, you know what? It's nice to know that you're open to new things.
You know what?
With the creativity.
And my co-producer Chris Jarreau, he's really one of these outside the box guys. He said, you know what? 9 out of 10 guys are gonna get this suit and get this suit on.
You're right.
And so he wanted to completely go different. So I appreciate that.
What gave you the inspiration to entitle the album Reverend?
Well, we lost a lot of people. Maurice White, for one, who's been a big influence, like a mentor and a big brother to me. So I got a couple of Earth, Wind, and Fire tributes, and I'm just reverence refers to how I feel about the music that I've grown up with, and musicians alive or past that I think we should continue to pay reverence to and keep, and never forget.
Never forget. I think it's so quintessential that those who even get into the game right now should always pay attention to those who have walked before them.
And that's one thing my son, and of course with YouTube and everything, you can go back and see. But he's always listening, and he's discovering music that's been around, and I think that it's very important. So we just don't let the music slip into the past.
And I gotta give homage to you because you did the same thing. Share with us who was your early influences when it came to bass influence.
Yeah, well, there were a few because of course when we go Earth, Wind, and Fire, my first concert, and there was Verdine White.
Yeah.
I was looking on stage and okay, that's what I want to do. But I was all over the board, so I was listening to the Beatles and watching Paul McCartney, but Tower of Power. James Jamerson, doing all the Motown, Chuck Rainey. These were the guys that I was just like, I'd buy records and just listen to the bass.
What about Larry Graham? Did that come
Of course,
across?
Larry Graham got everybody.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and
got
he didn't
everybody.
realize that he came out with the actual thump thing.
Yeah, he was slapping
Slapping
and that was because he was just him and an organist. I think he and his mom playing in church. So he was, felt the need to create like a drum groove while he was playing. So so you'd get the notes and slapping. And I'll never forget when they're, my guys in the band, they call him, man, this guy Larry Graham, you got to hear.
Crazy.
Graham Central Station, and the rest is history. I mean, he just came up with so many great bass lines.
Well, so have you, my brother.
Oh, well, I tried.
The creativity definitely is in your DNA for sure. Look, he's being very, very modest. Like I said, pull out those albums tonight. Albums, not the CDs. Pull out the albums tonight. And look
Remember
at the credits.
those?
Yeah, man. Those vinyls. And look at the credits. Nathan East is his name, and you will find him along the way, especially if you have any Quincy stuff or you have Michael Jackson. You got that Bad album by Michael? He is all over that Bad album from beginning to end, all over.
Oh, man. You're talking about so much fun having with these people like Quincy and Lionel Richie, and you're in the studio with these guys, and it's not just making a record, but you're having meals together and just having fun. You get to hear all these stories, Commodore stories. Quincy has 60 years of stories, and it's just great, sitting across the table from Michael Jackson having dinner is just, and he's just a regular guy.
That's perfect because that's going to lead us in when we come back into one of your stories. I need to hear some stories tonight, Nathan.
We got stories.
But I want to hear what led to the first single that's being released off your new album called Feels Like Home with Yolanda Adams.
Oh, my goodness. Yolanda Adams. She can just sing anything.
Soars.
Voice of an angel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What inspired the song?
Oh, well, this was a song actually we recorded for the first album. We recorded about 25 songs for the first album.
Wow.
And this was just a track that I love. Randy Newman's a great writer. And we made this track of this song, And so when it came time to pick the tunes, 12, 13 songs for the first record, there was a batch of tunes, including Feels Like Home and Life Cycle, that actually didn't make the record.
Wow.
And then not because of, it was just because we had so much good stuff that we were in love. We said, well, what do? We either make two, a double record,
right.
which,
right.
It's kind of hard to do. Or we'll just save a couple pieces of music for the next, we'll continue. So that was one of the songs, and Yolanda heard it, and she came in the studio, sang it like she wrote it,
She sings it with conviction, and as we know, yes,
Yeah.
let's credit this new album, Reverend, which comes out at the beginning of January.
January 20th.
As your third project, right? Your third kind of soaring as an ego yourself project.
Well, with the Yamaha Entertainment Group label, we did my first album, and then we did the New Cool with Bob James duo album.
Wow.
In between now doing Reverence, and I just love music,
Man, we could tell, man. Are you going to come out with a line of bass?
I have Nathan E's signature bass, actually.
It is out.
It's out. It's called the BBNE2, and made by Yamaha, and it's what I play.
And it's what he does effortlessly. Okay, so now to the stories. I can't wait. You guys give me a story. I'm going to pick somebody. Well, let's start with Barry White.
Oh, Barry. Well, again, like I said, he heard our group and he hired the entire band on the spot.
And that was when you played the Apollo the first time.
And that's the first time I played the Apollo.
You played the Apollo in your lifetime 2 times?
I played a couple times. I'm trying to remember the gig I did, but we just did Ella Fitzgerald's 100th birthday a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Over there. So it was great to go back in there and see the place I first stepped into when I was 16 years old.
16. Did it change your life?
Crazy. It changes your life.
It changes your life.
No, it changes your life forever.
All right, let me pick another name. Quincy Jones.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, he's like a brother, mentor. Yeah. He called my house one night. It was about maybe 10:30, and actually I didn't know who was calling. The phone rang. My wife picked it up, and about 45 minutes later, Nate, pick up the phone. It's Quincy.
You hear him on the machine.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, but he had talked to her for 45 minutes, and he's just that kind of love, Yeah. And we just have spent so many hours in the studio, and I can't even tell you how. He's Quincy Jones for a reason.
When he gets in that studio, how serious is everything? Everything is.
Well, first of all, he surrounds himself with like the top talent in town. So I mean, it's to be in the studio just in the first place is an honor.
Sure.
I mean, to know that he can pick up the phone and call anybody.
That's a fraternity right there.
Anybody,
right.
So, and trust me, every musician is waited for that call.
Phil Collins.
Oh, Phil Collins. One of my favorite drummers to play with. People. I'm one of the few lucky bass players that has had a chance to play with Phil Collins, and where he puts the beat is like nobody, And he's again like a brother. We had greatest time doing Philip Bailey's Chinese Wall album in London, and we had a chance to write Easy Lover together, which we just played over at the Arthur Ashe Stadium to open the U.S. Open, and the first time they opened the roof. So we just did that a few weeks ago. Leslie Odom sang with us, and they opened the roof and they shot, the blimp shot from the air.
That's so hot.
It was hot.
Everyone's gonna love that. We're gonna give one more name. Al Jarreau.
Oh man, Albert. He called me Nathamies. Nathamies. No, he again, dear friend, and I remember joining the band, and then one of the songs, a ballad. It actually had a bass solo, and he started, a bass solo in the middle of a ballad. Nathamies, my dear friend. I mean, he's probably one of the guys that I revered for the longest. He used to play in the Valley at some of the local clubs, and you go down Monday night, and there at Josephina's, there's Al Jarreau in there singing his heart out. And we've had some great times on the road.
Nathan East is with us tonight, according to Al Jarreau, and I'm kind of curious to know, how long you been married?
Just celebrated our 21st anniversary. Come on now.
Come on now. Give the girl some love.
My girl, yeah.
Some people
hey, Anita.
Stay together 21 days. You stayed exactly. 21 years.
21 years, and I've known her twice that long. We met in college.
No way.
Yeah, at UCSD.
College sweethearts.
And I knew when I first saw her, I said,
Wait, stop. Wait, hold on.
Miss Wright
I
has
keep
come
hearing
along.
that, man. I keep hearing that. What happened? Like, how did you know? How did you know she was going to be Mrs. East?
And you know what? You don't know, but there's something deep down in
Spiritual?
Absolutely. That's why they say soulmate. And you just know. There's I don't know how, but that's love. The love is one of those things that encompasses so many emotions that we can't really describe or put our finger on, but we know when it hits you, it bowls you over.
You asked her out on a date, the first date. Were you nervous?
Oh, are you kidding? The most nervous I was when I proposed to her. My knees were clanking together, and I'm going, man, you known this woman for half your life, and you're
Right.
still so
Right.
nervous.
Why was you nervous?
And first of all, you don't want to hear no.
Come on, she would have been left if you were here.
You don't want to hear no
at that time.
And no, and this was one of those cases where she knew my whole family. I knew her entire family, our parents. They blessed and sanctioned this relationship.
Wow.
So it was I call it match made in heaven. I love her more now too.
I know that's right.
My girl.
Hey, does she get a chance to travel with you sometimes?
Yes, she does.
That's good.
Yeah, we just spent a week in Mallorca earlier this year at the Jazz Festival over there, and had a fantastic time. So whenever we can get away.
How important is it to expose yourself and expose your mind and to other cultures and to other parts of the world? How does that develop a person, in your opinion?
Oh, my goodness.
The world.
I think it just really gives you an idea about different cultures and different ways. We were just talking, Esperanza was on this show last night in D.C., and she was heading to Abu Dhabi today.
Oh, wow.
And you learn about different cultures and the way, like I've been to Japan 76 times.
Wow.
And these people are some of the most polite, reverent people you ever want to meet, and the food, different foods you try. And I've been all over, been to Africa, Australia, United Kingdom, South America, and you meet people that we're all connected through we have the same blood running through our veins, but it's just very interesting to hear the different languages and just check out the different cultures. I highly recommend it.
Do you speak any other language?
No, but I always try to learn a little bit of something in each language. So, especially how to say thank you or please. So in Korea, annyeonghaseyo is hello, kamsahamnida is thank you. Japan, arigato gozaimasu, konnichiwa. It's just
Nathan East, baby. I would call him Mr. International. He's changed his name.
got to have it.
Look, the brand new album, Reverend, drops January 20th. Why should everyone get this?
Well, I think we're living in a time where we should be more reverent, and it's not really a preach. It's just a thing that I've seen. Obviously, we've just been through a year and a half of a very, very intense election cycle, and I think a little reverence is something that we could all benefit from
the top down and all in between. No
exactly,
question.
and it's a matter of fact. It comes out on the day, Inauguration Day, January 20th.
Did you purposely plan that?
Did not plan that.
It was just, it was divine intervention. Divine. It's going to be a purpose for this album.
No, and I just feel good about just the word itself makes me feel good, and to think about, everybody is coming bringing something, so I think we should acknowledge that and just be reverent toward each other.
And you have, aside from your son being on it, I understand Philip Bailey is on this album.
Philip Bailey, Verdine White, Ralph Johnson from Earth, Wind and Fire. We got Phil Collins and Eric Clapton joining us, and just my friends.
Yeah, man, your friends, and that's what love is all about.
Absolutely.
Now,
all about love.
I know this is the most important thing at the top of the table right now, but you're still not finished Foreplay, right? Foreplay is coming out with more music.
Foreplay is celebrating the 25th anniversary this year.
Has it been that long already?
It's been that long already. So we this is our silver anniversary. So we're touring currently on our album Silver, which will be matter of fact, when I leave here tomorrow, I head over to North Carolina.
Wow.
And we'll play Charlotte and Durham and and Charleston.
I was just hanging out a few weeks back with one of the members that used to be a part of it, Lee Rittenhour.
Lee Rittenhour. We were just in Japan last week together.
Wow, look at that.
And, Larry Carlton, we all are still friends and play together. And we're talking,
I love it.
These are some bad guitar players right here.
Hey, man. and you know what? We should tell everyone before you leave out of here that you do give lessons online, or you have a DVD series out.
Well, it's actually, it's like an online thing where we could do video exchanges, so I can hear you and critique, and it's through ArtistWorks or NathanEastBass.com.
When do you have time to do that, man?
You know what? You don't, but you make
the time.
You make it. Yeah, some in the wee small hours of the morning.
This brother gets little to no sleep. I don't know what, and he looks 26. Look at this, little to no sleep at 26.
Fool to make where's my credit card?
Well, look, brother, I can't begin to tell you how much of an honor and a pleasure this has been. Thank you for coming
so
by.
great to be here in this legendary space too. I mean,
man.
where so much music has come out of here, and I tell you what, when every time I come to New York, I tune you guys in.
Thank you.
And it's always a pleasure. Many, many memories coming up here.
Well, I want you to know you can tune us in even when you're in Australia and Hawaii. And
So online?
Online, too.
Fantastic.
Take us with you, man.
What's the site? It's just...
I'll give it all the information to
Okay,
you.
great.
For sure, because that's the closest I'm going to get to half of the places that you travel to. If I know you're listening to me, at least I know my voice is
it's
there.
nice to have a little bit of home when you go to these
question.
places.
It feels like home.
Yeah, it feels like home.
Watch out for
What a
that
segue.
song. With Yolanda Adams featuring, of course, Brother Nathan East is bringing it all to you. So, brother, thank you again.
Thanks, Lenny.
May
It's been a
2017 be a blessing for you in many, many ways.
Thanks
and
so
anytime
much.
you're back here, man, you're always welcome to come through.
Listen, God bless you, and thanks everybody for listening. Catch you next time.
Next time.
All right.
Nathan East, baby, on The Quiet Storm.